one more turn. Episode 902, Means for Ends.
The hell are you doing here?
Nice to see you too, Avery.
The last person who told me that, who meant it sincerely at least, isn't around to tell me that anymore.
I'll come here to give you some motherly advice. Mother to mother.
No need, Nora. You are far too useful to be my mother.
That may be the strangest and saddest compliment I've ever received.
I'm grateful Bella dragged me to see you and Max last season. Yes, my use of Max's measure of the passage of time is not lost on me.
Why are you thankful that Bella dragged you here?
Since you took my side.
Don't confuse my siding with your unborn child as siding with you. You are not them.
Oh, so you think I should let Hudson raise this child as his own? That we stay together?
You're confusing sides again. Hudson helping raise your child does not mean his adopting them. You two co-parenting, in effect, does not mean you two coupling together.
So your advice is the same as you already told me. I could tell Max disapproves, but...
Bella's opinion of Max's manliness aside, he's not qualified to have an opinion here.
How oddly and partially judgmental of you. I approve.
I do not need and I do not want your approval. I'm here to help you stay ahead of forces working against you.
You don't mean my political ambitions, do you?
Not at all. I hope that paramedic crushes you like the cockroach that you are. Too partial and judgmental for you?
No, just about right. Cockroaches have mothers too, but you might want to dial down the editorialization with any patience you shrink.
I'm going to pretend you imply that I have power to reduce people down in size, physically, and not show insensitivity towards those seeking mental help.
Then the forces you refer to, I suspect, are Hudson and whomever he's recruited to get the courts to block my adoption plans.
Nobody, not even Hudson, has even alluded to the court of law over this. With the Doe...
Talk of the Doe contract isn't even just tiresome anymore, it's well past expiration.
Thank you, Wired Magazine.
Well, we all know very well that the court of public opinion will damn us all over any adoption disagreement. We would alienate them more than the Doe contract ever could.
Plus, any court action would only hurt your chances of becoming our town's next mayor.
It was bad enough that the paramedic entered the race at the last moment. Then Evelyn withdrew and threw her support behind him, which has already given her more relevance than the entirety of her own run. Now with sources telling me Pedro is set to
announce his own withdrawal. It's true. I helped bring that about. Why are you staring at me like that?
Much like cockroaches and Twinkies, I think you'd find a way to survive any apocalypse. Tell me, how have you done this? Why?
How about I instead tell you that Hudson is trying to recruit Reese to bolster his claim that Caden would have wanted his side of the family to help raise his child? Why are you staring at me like that now?
I'm waiting for you to tell me that you're saying this is not just saying this, but also the truth.
It is.
Will you tell me how you know this?
Carson convinced Max to persuade Reese to offer her help to Hudson to do just that.
But how did you come to know this? That's hardly a dignified answer. Any answer at all, or even dignified.
But indeed, Max pocket dialed me again thanks to his well-endowed posterior.
I don't think that's how the expression goes. Wait, again?
Just referencing something from 4 seasons ago that you weren't here for.
Clearly. So now I have to figure out whether Reese or Hudson hates me more to be able to guess who Reese is going to want to mess with.
Apparently.
Well, that's easy then. Hudson.
I came to the same conclusion.
Then I have nothing to worry about from Reese. Hudson's got a case to try to stop me from putting my child up for adoption, but not enough to win.
But her family, his biological family, Caden's family, it's his child too, will no longer have Pedro to back for mayor as he's withdrawing. Given what you're trying to do with this child, and with only you and the paramedic left in the race for mayor,
They're going to force Pedro to back the paramedic. Hell, my going after Riley and Hudson over the Doe contract in my campaign would probably have been enough for that to happen. Let alone this, too. Son of a...
well, they'll try to force Pedro, but I don't think he will. He has a new plan to support himself and his family that doesn't have anything to do with Caden's family.
That's a bold assertion. If you were almost anybody else, I'd say you couldn't back it up.
And that may be the strangest and oddest compliment I've ever received.
You do realize that you're helping me politically to help me personally.
That is the effect, yes, but not the cause. As I told you before,
Oh, I know, but whatever the reason, I thank you for your help.
I would really rather you didn't.
I know.
This is not the time or place to remind me why you have no friends. For both our sakes.
What's that supposed to mean?
You recall how much of a strain my marriage was under when I was pregnant?
Vaguely.
I may be inviting more of that by helping you with this.
If your man can't handle a bruised ego because his wife doesn't always agree with him, he isn't much of a man.
I would really rather you not take this personally, but your relationship advice isn't worth the breath you use to express it.
Point taken. Oh, don't give me that look. I wasn't referencing Hudson. On purpose.
You should ask Reese to support your position to give up your child for adoption.
Why would she do that?
Giving up the child for adoption is what you want, isn't it?
Well, yes, because I believe that's in their best interest.
Which also happens to be your best interest. Raising one would cramp your style, no?
At the risk of citing Hudson again, what's your point?
Reese would do this because it would give her a chance to get back at the family that rejected her, the person who facilitated that rejection, and the relative that left her, too.
One More Turn. Written and created by Daniel Dan Q. Quick. Edited by Dark Cloud. Directed and produced by Daniel Dan Q. Quick. Characters in order of appearance. Avery, voiced by Jennifer Lund. Nora, voiced by Heather Pawprint42 Motes. Sounds courtesy of freesound.org. Music by Kevin MacLeod. Voiceover by Sedgwick. Visit the One More Turn website at onemoreturn.net. Copyright Civilized Communication at civcom.net. On the next episode of One More Turn.
I don't want to interfere with Hudson and Avery's disagreement, but
You? Not interfere? That'd be a first.
I want to help Hudson become involved in the life of our niece or nephew.
Our niece or nephew? You're not family, you're baggage.